You guys know what time it is. It is transfer roundup time. We've got quite a lot to get through again in this episode. I've got to say, this is one of the best transfer windows in quite some time that I can remember in terms of just the sheer amount of rumours and reports and articles that I can read and the amount of research I'm just constantly reading about football transfers. It's blowing my mind away all the time. There are so many bits and pieces. Maybe it's just because I am reading it more than usual. It seems like it's busier than normal, but regardless, we're going to get into the first rumour of the day. Actually, no. We're going to start with a confirmed deal. Newcastle are doing business right now. As we know, they've been linked with a few players, one of them being Callum Wilson from Bournemouth. He has officially joined Newcastle, and he's taken the number 9 shirt from Joelinton. I don't know how I feel about that. It seems a little bit disrespectful to take a player's shirt like that, or shirt number, I should say. He hasn't gone in and stolen his physical shirt. I don't think it would fit him. Joelinton's a bit of a beast, isn't he? Obviously, they would have asked Joelinton, or at least told him that this is happening. Again, it's just me being a little bit anal about player numbers and stuff, but Callum Wilson will be wearing the number 9 shirt for Newcastle. Deal done. A market value of 18 million. Why isn't it telling me how much he joined for? What? It normally says right here how much he's moved for. Let me just double check here. It's £20 million. To be exact, £20.03 million. Well done, Newcastle. Proven Premier League striker. That is an insane deal. And I think Callum Wilson will do really well for Newcastle. But they are not done there. Ryan Fraser, medical complete. Apparently, it will be announced in the next few days. Free signing. Of course, there will be quite a substantial sign-on fee. And of course, the agent's fee will be very high as well. But still, unbelievable business from Juventus, I was going to say. Juventus? I'm pretty sure we're talking about Newcastle. It's black and white. Okay, forgive me. Ryan Fraser, looks like that's done. But they're also still looking at Jamal Lewis from Norwich. I really like Jamal Lewis. I thought he was going to go to Liverpool, but they decided not to pay the money that Norwich wanted. They went with the other left-back. I don't want to say his name. Chimicats? I don't know. But Jamal Lewis apparently on his way to Newcastle, not Juventus, for I think around £20 million is the number being thrown around right now. So that's 3 potential signings for Newcastle in the space of a few days. Unbelievable. Now let's talk about some of the rumours right now. West Ham on the lookout for a defender, and they have made an offer for James Tarkowski of Burnley. He has a market value of just under 20 million. I've got no idea how much that bid is, but West Ham going for a very solid centre-back, and I think that's a very sensible choice. I'm a big fan of Tarkowski. I think he should be almost in that English squad. I don't know if he's ever going to quite make it. It's a tough one. Maybe a move to West Ham where... I feel bad for saying this, but they do play better football than Burnley. They don't just lump it forward all the time. And maybe they're not as good defensively, so Tarkowski has a chance to shine a little bit more because he's going to be making more tackles. And I don't know, it's just something I always think about when you have a defender that's trying to get into the national team. You kind of need to play for a team that's not very good defensively, so you've got more opportunities to shine. Or do you just want to play for the best defensive team and get a ton of clean sheets? It's an interesting one to think about, but I would keep an eye out for this one. I've got a feeling that this could be a deal done. Let's talk about Leeds for a minute here. We've got 2 players linked with Leeds. They've obviously done quite well in the market so far, and they are still on the lookout. They've brought in a centre-back. They've brought in a striker. They are looking for an attacking midfielder, and none other than Rafinha from Barcelona. Rafinha! This guy has been on loan for a few years. He hasn't quite played for Barcelona at the level that he or the club have wanted for some time, and apparently Leeds want him. His market value isn't very high at all. We're looking at under 10 million, so I'm guessing this deal could be done quite cheap, and there's no doubt he has some quality in there. Rafinha would be, I think, a very good signing for Leeds. It's just, to me, it's crazy that Rafinha could be playing for basically a newly promoted side that's just come out of the Championship. It's mental, isn't it? But Leeds are also looking at another centre-back who can also play as a left-back, and that is Gvardiol. Gvardiol, something like that. Josko Gvardiol. I think I'm saying that right. From Dynamo Zagreb. looks to be a bit of a gem. He's been talked about as being one of the hottest prospects, and the fact that he's kind of versatile like that, he can play as a centre-back, as a left-back. You could probably throw him at DM as well, or maybe even striker at this rate. How good he can be in any position, but he looks like he could be a very good player, and Leeds are in the front line to be signing him. Now, one deal I wish would just hurry up is Koulibaly to Man City. Can we just have this one now? Because it means Arsenal can sell Sokratis. If Koulibaly goes to Man City, which, if you believe the reports, it's still on. It could be next week this one is done. £75 million is reportedly the price. It would mean that Napoli do go for a centre-back, and Sokratis is the highest on their list. So I would love Sokratis to go because it frees up wages, and I'm sure City fans and City themselves will really, really like to get this Koulibaly deal done because it has been going on for weeks now. So it wouldn't surprise me if by the end of next week this is a done deal and we'll be seeing him in a City shirt. One of Watford's best players in midfield, you've got Will Hughes, obviously been relegated with Watford into the Championship. He deserves Premier League football. He has been linked with Tottenham today, Tottenham Hotspur. They've already signed a midfielder in Højbjerg, but apparently Will Hughes is being looked at as well. I know for a fact that Will Hughes is going to move into the Premier League. He can't play for in the Championship. I just think that would be ridiculous. He's a really good technical player, can play in a few different positions in midfield. I think Tottenham would actually be a very good move for him, but he could play for most of the mid to somewhat larger clubs in the Premier League and get into the first team. I like him a lot. So again, another one to keep your eye out for because Will Hughes could be a Tottenham player in the coming days. Now, for the first rumour regarding an Arsenal player leaving, it's Hector Bellerin again. Most recently linked with a move to PSG, 25 million was reportedly the bid they put in. But now, Bayer Leverkusen are entering the race for Bellerin. I can't see that one personally, but hey, it is listed here, and I like to report the news. Bayer Leverkusen clearly want to sign a right-back. It looks like Aurier is going to AC Milan, and that was their previous target. And now Bellerin seems to be high on their list. Honestly, I think Bellerin should stay at Arsenal if we can't get more than 35 million. He is still a good player. He's a leader. He's one of our most respected and longest serving players at Arsenal. And I'd hate to see him go somewhere like Bayer Leverkusen for 25 million. It's just not the kind of move I would expect. I think Bayer Leverkusen are a fantastic club and he wouldn't necessarily be out of place there. I'm not saying he's better than them, but for 25 million, it's not enough. So Arsenal, please don't sell Hector Bellerin unless we get a crazy offer, 35 million, something like that. Then maybe I would consider it. But the more and more the time goes on in this window, the more likely it seems that maybe Bellerin will be on his way. Well, I've got to say, it's not often we talk about failed deals, but it has been reported that Thiago, who is linked with going back to Barcelona, but more linked with a move to Liverpool, apparently Man United came in and made an offer recently, but it has been rejected. He is not joining Manchester United. I don't really mention deals that have fallen through. I don't think Man United would have really pursued him if they maybe didn't get Van der Beek. I think Van der Beek is probably the only central midfielder they need. I don't know what's going on at Manchester United. Maybe they do want another midfielder, but it wouldn't surprise me if this isn't Thiago declining, but it's more that Man United pulled out because they got Van der Beek. I don't know obviously what's going on behind the scenes, but Thiago is a hot prospect right now, isn't he? Every big club would be interested, I'm sure, but it still seems like Liverpool or maybe Barcelona, which is where he's from, obviously. He first played for Barcelona. They could be the favourites and still look to be the favourites, that is. And staying with Manchester United, a player leaving, Chris Smalling, apparently is joining Roma permanently. It seems he's had a really good year with them. He played very well. The moments I saw him playing for them, he looked like a completely different player. I'm guessing his lifestyle is beautiful in Italy. What a lovely country it is. And Roma are a superb club. It seems like he wants to leave, even though Man United would like to keep hold of him. It's a difficult one, really, isn't it? Because I do think that Man United need to bring in a centre-back, but is Chris Smalling what they need? I don't know. It's a bit of a difficult one, that. But at this point, it seems very likely that in the next 48 hours or so, Smalling will be a permanent Roma player. And now for the final rumour, Chelsea looking for a goalkeeper. They've been interested in a few, but most recently, Edouard Mendy. He could be on his way to Chelsea. Looks like a solid goalkeeper. I haven't seen too much of him. I just did a little look into his stats. You know, he's had a decent amount of saves and clean sheets, and I think that maybe it's one of those signings that goes under the radar. Maybe in the coming months, if he does join, we will see how good he really is. I'm sure he would have been scouted for many months by Chelsea. They've known for a while they need a new goalkeeper. So Edouard Mendy could be on his way. He plays for Rennes, I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, Rennes. So it's another move for Chelsea. They are absolutely dominating the transfer window right now, and they are not stopping. So pretty remarkable. But thank you so much for watching this transfer roundup. Before this video, I don't know if you can tell my voice is struggling right now. I've been recording FIFA 21 career mode for hours. I cannot wait to show you what content I've got. Tuesday the 15th, I believe. Let me just double check the embargo. Tuesday the 15th, 6 p.m. You better be there because we are doing FIFA 21 career mode content exclusively early. Thank you to the EA Game Changers. I cannot wait to show you what I've been up to. We've started a mini series. You guys will find out what club that is soon. We're going to be doing a bunch of in-depth reviews on the new features and stuff like that. But until then, we'll be doing transfer roundups and stuff like that, and watch-alongs on Twitch, all of that good stuff. Everything you need is linked below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.